So I'd like to stress the importance of atheism, the belief that there is no God, and how it applies in different areas of life, including, the most important, it seems, biology as one of them. There's this idea that if you say you're an atheist, but you accept premises of Christians or other religious people, then you're falling into the same intellectual traps, and you don't fully understand the concept of atheism. I think. It's like a bad label. It doesn't really tell you anything, but if you say you're rational or scientific, I think that's a lot better. And to some people that would be implied with atheism, but some people are very irrational and very unscientific when they come to their ideas. So I started laying out a couple of these premises. One is when a younger member of the family or a friend dies, and people say, well, why were they taken from me, or he was too young to die, or any number of things around that, or it's not his time yet. Well, it was the time that they were going to die, but there was no predetermined time in which that was going to happen. It just happens because the law of averages says, okay, variables mixed in with human health conditions improving in the last 100 years, there's going to be a lot more people dying at 70 or 80 or 100 years old, but you also have to factor in all those 25s, all those 13s, all those 10-year-old deaths, all those baby deaths. So there's no, they weren't taken from you. It was, I know it might feel like that, but they're not your people. Yeah, we can say we're family or we're friends, but they're not like somebody just like a god from the sky picked them up and took them away. But that's what the implication is, and that's how so many people speak. It's but like I said, it's deconstructing some of these premises that go along with the belief that there is a God. Okay, another one was, this is one that I thought of, and it took me, this was a couple years, it took me a little while to get this, is why were mosquitoes created? Or why are mosquitoes on this earth? And all they're doing is taking my blood and making babies with it. First thing is that the world doesn't owe me anything. Second, it's the cycle of life. Purely the fact that mosquitoes were there first says that they weren't created to destroy my life, or anyone else's for that matter. It's just a matter of fact that that's how they live parasitically through someone else's blood to make their own babies. And yeah, they're a pain in the ass, and yeah, it sucks to have mosquito bites and have them be itchy and all the time, but it's just, they're not like created with pain, it's just evolution. And that's it's like such a pivotal thing to understand, is the evolution angle, that like when you get that, you get a lot of these crazy religious beliefs out of the way. I think understanding biology, like if you really understand at its core, you can deconstruct a lot of this idea of sin, a lot of this idea of, oh, well, God does this or something like that. This idea that it's wrong to bring people back to life from the dead, because it's playing God, or the idea of creating life in a vacuum. Like, let's say you were to take, organic material and electroshock it and infuse it and create your own cell, create your own animal or something of that matter. And it's wrong because it's playing God. Now, there again, we have this matter of you shouldn't be doing it because God does that, but like without God, why shouldn't someone do that? Like, if we both accept the fact that there's no God, why should someone not create an animal in a laboratory? I think that'd be freaking cool. I think that'd be cool as hell. I think that you'd want to wait a good long time before ever releasing it into the wild, but I think that'd be pretty fucking cool. Another would be bringing people back to life after they're dead because it's playing God as wrong. And maybe I've seen enough zombie movies to think that this isn't a good idea necessarily, but if someone goes dead, they're not like, you can't bring a skeleton back to life. They're too devoid of organic material. But let's say this is an animal or a person that is how do you say, rigor mortis and everything, their muscles are loosening, and you were to bring them to life then. And you gotta ask those questions of like, okay, there was one point in time back in the, back a century ago, back several centuries ago, where the average lifespan was like 30 or 40 or 45, and we have medicines nowadays and good health and nutrition that says that people on average live to 70. That's a fucking amazing thing, because of that's like doubling your lifespan. It's how can anyone argue against that? But if we were to say, okay, dead and now alive, and now that you're alive you live an extra 20 years, people would have something against that. Like, why is that? I don't get it. It's like, once they're dead and that's it. Well, I don't even believe that, because like, even your really conservative people believe in keeping Terry Schiavo alive after she's been dead for like 4 years. It's her body system still work, but her brain is mush. It's literally jello. So like, if you can justify in any kind of way keeping her alive, you can definitely justify bringing someone back from the dead. That's just how I see it. Cloning. This idea of cloning is shunned because, there again, who are you to create a life? I think that would be pretty fucking cool. Now, currently, it seems like it would be a bad idea, because this matter of identity theft, this matter of, well, what if someone does something bad in my name and I get blamed, or someone does something good and then takes all the credit, and what if I do something good and they take the credit? So there'd be impracticalities, but I think in a really free market that could sort itself out. I think that because we live in society and enough people, the government is so incredibly freaking huge that people consider it society, that, government can't even do the most simple things, right? So how the fuck are they gonna, save your identity in cloning? So, yeah, right now that seems like a horrible idea, but who knows, 10, 20 years, 50 years, let's say you got an anarchic society, who knows, the sky's the limit. So, I just like deconstructing a lot of these biological premises and ideas that are ingrained in thinking. Are they like religious in bend, or are they, like, could they be something that's helpful to reframe? Leave any comments. This is a really interesting topic for me, so anyone that wants to discuss, I'd love to.